Hi, I'm Kevin Dudney from the Future Housing Task Force, and today I've been asked to comment about where the market appears to be at the moment in April as we're coming into that Easter time. There's been incredible things happening in Australia, as we're all aware, from fires and floods and pandemics and a whole host of other things that have a massive impact on the economy of the future as we see it. But in very simple terms, I'd like to explain where I think some of the things are going. Clearly, for the last 10 years, as the founder of the Future Housing Task Force, I've been a champion of smaller and smarter spaces where we can potentially create homes of the future which are mortgage free by using concepts such as co-sharing arrangements where everyone has their own kitchen areas, their own bathroom areas, their own lounge dining areas, yet they assist you in being able to pay your mortgage. What I'm concerned about is the drain of wealth, in particular for our millennials, who all of a sudden have been working so hard to create savings to get into that first home buying market, where I believe that's going to be the most seriously affected in the short term. So the task force's role is to come up with new solutions using co-housing, where we could potentially create their first home at around about $130,000 entry price, house and land, and a number of other concepts that we'll be showing to you over the coming weeks and months, so that you can get choices available to you. Because I see at the moment in the immediate term, shelter is the most important thing. Quality shelter, of course, where you've got a sense of home ownership, a space that you can call home, and a space that you can own, be it where you share it with other people to create an assistance for your own mortgage, or where you can afford to get into something a little less in size, but a little more smart, as we've always produced and promoted. And so when you visit our website, you'll see quite a few concepts around the mortgage-free home, for example, that we did on Better Homes and Gardens, and a whole host of other things that we are producing, as I mentioned earlier. So with this crisis as it is, we know that everyone's in a standing and waiting position. When things are in this situation, confusion always equals no. And that's exactly what's happening at the moment. The established house market is still ticking along, not as strong obviously, but it is ticking along. We walked into this with an undersupply, not an oversupply. Our biggest problem, of course, will be finance, jobs. One job equals one house. If we lose 1 million jobs, that has an impact on up to 1 million homes in Australia. So the question becomes how our government will assist us in these trying times so that we don't walk into a lot of crises around that mortgage in possession market that could occur should there not be assistance available. So my predictions are a massive shift away from the 4-bedroom home, as we find both as investors, where you're finding if you lose that one tenant, you've lost everything, compared to having 5 rooms, where if you lose one tenant, you've only lost one tenant out of 5. What we're finding actually in that sub-market, and we've got clients earning over $1 million a year in those markets, are that when they lost students, they replaced those tenants within the first week with other frontline people or a whole bunch of other people. So fundamentally, there's about 10 to 15 people waiting for these new, smarter, smaller spaces compared to that 4-bedroom market. So keep an eye on where it's going. You can only look and learn at this stage. That's what most people are doing. And our goal at the task force is to give you as much learning curve as we can, so that when you come out of this at the other side, you really are better informed and better equipped to make decisions in the future as we get through these crises. So guys, thanks for listening. See you at the other end.